Today, a guest host joins to spice things up. Get ready for Game Showdown. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Game Showdown. I'm your host, Blessing Adeoye Jr., and I'm joined by 3 contestants representing 3 teams. We got Tim Geddes representing Team Orange.
I was about to say things are so much calmer and I'm just so much happier because Greg's not here. But why is Nick here? Why are you Are you the guest host?
That's a great question, Tim. I'm here to ask a question. Andy?
Did you know that if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime?
Of course.
Just want to let people know that, you know?
Gotta let people know.
You have Twitch Prime.
That's Andy Cortez representing Team Purple.
Ready to win, just like last week.
And since Greg, you didn't win last week.
But I'm ready to.
Fair enough. Since Greg Miller is out today, we have the one and only Snow Bike Mike representing Season 1 and 2 champion team, Team Blue.
Team Blue, baby, give it to me. Come on now, host. You're looking good today.
Nasty.
You're looking real good today.
I don't like you
I'm
buttering
just
me
letting
up.
you
as a
know.
host.
Already
Hey,
started.
you
I don't
did
like
a kick-ass start to the day. I'm loving being here.
Fraud. We see right through you.
I'm excited to be
Kick-ass
here.
start to the day.
Kick-ass start to the day, Big Bless.
The man that started the day with chaos of not being able to figure out if he wanted to be on KHD or not.
I'm on a lot of things.
We'll get
I'm
3
moving and
chairs. We'll get
shaking,
3
baby.
chairs. Oh my
I'm on
goodness.
a lot of things.
Of
I was in
course,
a mood. I was in a mood.
we're going to start off the show with a trivia question worth 10 points and the chance to start off strong. Contestants buzz in to answer. Which of the following is not a Cabela franchise game?
Love it. Excuse me. I'm good at these games.
Which
Got
of the
it.
following is not a Cabela Camila Cabela franchise game?
Oh, shit.
Is it A, Cabela's Big Game Hunter, B, Cabela's 4x4 Off-Road Adventure, C, Cabela's Bucks in the Wild, D, Cabela's Ultimate Deer Hunt? Or that is Tim Geddes.
B.
Tim Geddes says B, Cabela's 4x4 Off-Road Adventure. That is incorrect. Andy Cortez.
Whatever C was. Bucks in the Wild.
Andy says C, Bucks in the Wild. Cabela's Bucks in the Wild is the correct answer. That is 10 points for Andy Cortez.
I've never seen one of those at a dive bar, you know?
Yeah, Bucks in the Wild.
Yeah.
Listen, it depends on the kind of bar that you're at. I don't know if that'll show up or not. Of course, remember, this is Game Showdown, Kind of Funny's nerdy game show that you can watch live right here on Twitch and on YouTube. If you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon or YouTube to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Delaney Twining and Carl Jacobs. Today we're brought to you by Built Rewards and BetterHelp, but we'll tell you about that later.
Cabela Danger.
For now, let's play Mad Categories. More of a Cabela Anderson.
Yes. Yeah.
The rules are simple. A handful of games are going to be listed. It is your job to write down which category you think the game belongs in. We're going to go one game at a time through a list of 10 games, and you get 20 points for each correct guess. Now, usually I host Mad Categories, but today I want to bring on a special guest. Welcome to the stage, Gary Whitta. Gary, for some reason, wasn't expecting his name to be called on.
And Roger had no idea he was behind him. Roger said, oh, shit.
Gary, welcome to the show for the first time.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Now, do you want to explain what you're doing today? What are the categories we're talking about?
This is an idea that I pitched Greg, and he said, oh, you should pitch that to Blessing. This would be perfect for Game Showdown. So I've taken some stick in the past for referencing, I obviously grew up in the UK, which slightly, you guys like Nintendo and Sega. We were more like Commodore 64 and Spectrum and stuff like that. And so lots of weird British computer games were made for the 8-bit market in the UK in the 1980s, and some of them have very silly names. And occasionally when I've referenced a game, and Greg's gone, what? That's not a real game. So what I've done is I've come up with the names of 10 games that were British computer games that were made in the 1980s. I'm going to read them out to you, and your task is to tell me if that's the name of a real game or if I have made it up.
Welcome.
So,
And we have 10 of them. And also, I've brought a special prize. The winner of this round will win a packet of McVitie's chocolate hobnobs, which, as any British people in the
Oh.
chat will tell you, is
Motivation.
absolutely the god emperor of malted oat-based chocolate biscuits.
All
I
right.
love that. Now it says in big letters, ho ho hos.
Well,
That-
because this is for this. I got these over the Christmas holiday.
oh, so okay, these
but
are
they're
the-
regular.
the
They are
holiday
just regular.
branded
If you never had a
hobnobs.
chocolate hobnob, my goodness, you're in for a treat.
They celebrate
excited.
Christmas in September.
Wow,
That's right.
Wow, it's because they're further in the future
Mhm.
or in the past, or it's next September is the thing.
Time's
So
a flat circle.
Now, do you want me to, as they predict these, true or false? Do you want me to tell you if they're real or fake as we go, or do them all?
no,
at
we're
the
gonna
end?
we're gonna do it as we go.
Okay,
as we
all
go.
right.
And what they're gonna do is they're gonna write down the answers, and then we'll reveal, and then you'll tell us what the right answer is.
correct.
So again, you can write
So
down.
I guess you're going to say real or fake is what
Yes.
you're going to write
So
down.
I'm gonna say write down real or fake. Contestants, are you ready?
Ready.
Yes.
ready.
Gary, what's number one?
I'm just going to read it off.
Oh,
first
you can read
because
off
got it
mine.
right there. Okay, number one. Fat worm blows a sparky. Fat worm blows a sparky. Is that a real game, or have I made that up?
That's a
So
crazy
random,
name.
it has to be
Crazy name.
real, you know?
I love this because I don't know the answers. I have no idea. Fat worm blows a sparky. Contestants have their answers written down. Tim, what you got?
I'm going real, baby.
Tim says real. Andy.
Fake.
Andy says fake. Mike.
I've spent a lot of time with Gary Whitta, and I know that this game is real.
Oh, damn.
It's a real game.
damn.
That's a
real
real
game.
game. What the hell is the
There's
game?
a real
I've
game.
seen it.
I don't know if they're going to put it on the screen, but I actually provided box art for all of the real games to prove that they are in fact real.
Oh my God.
There you go.
So,
There's
yeah,
Fat Worm blows a sparky
I love that. Of course, Mike.
So, it sounds like a code thing in the
for
military.
the Sinclair ZX Spectrum.
Mike and
Yeah,
Tim.
like Broken Arrow.
Mike and Tim both get 20 points there. Again, correct answers in this round get you 20 points.
Fat worm just blew a sparky over.
Control, Fat Worm has blown a sparky. Repeat, Flat Worm has blown a sparky. All right, ready for number two?
Yeah.
Sacred Armor of Antiriad. Sacred Armor of
I
Antiriad.
like that. Again, contestants are writing down
Real
real or fake.
Or fake.
For each correct answer, they will get 20
I know
points.
you don't have the chat available, so they can't cheat off the chat.
course.
Exactly, yeah, we
right?
keep
No,
that
that's good.
careful.
That's how it should be.
All right, let's start with Mike this time.
Gary Whitta, that's too many words. That's fake.
Mike says fake. Andy.
Sacred armor of Antirian. Fat worm blows a sparky. Less words in the first one.
It's too many words.
Fake.
Andy says fake.
Fake.
Everyone said fake?
Everybody said fake.
That's a real game.
Fuck.
That is a real game. Nobody gets points for that round. Sacred Armor of Antiriad.
Yes.
Here is the box art.
Yep.
What was this on?
It was on, I believe it was on it was on Commodore 64, Spectrum, and Amstrad, I believe, all three
I love the-
major platforms at the time.
I love that anthrax font for Antirian.
Isn't that cool?
Like, that's
This
just
was-
the
this was a very metal game.
Now, were you playing these games back in the day?
I've played most of these, not all of them.
So sorry.
Wow.
Obviously, the fake ones I haven't played.
Yeah.
All right.
All
I
right.
wish I could.
Round number
are you ready
three.
are you ready for number 3?
Mm-hmm.
Horace goes skiing.
Worse.
Horace goes skiing.
Again, I love this because now I can comment since I don't know the answers. Horace does sound like a British name. they would be naming their kids that over there.
He'd be skiing.
He also heard a who.
He did hear a who. Yeah, Horace heard a who. Let's start off with Andy Cortez this time.
Fake.
Andy says fake. Mike,
I'm going to go with fake as well.
Tim.
Spicing it up. Real, baby.
That's a real game.
Yes.
That's
Fucking
20
Christ.
points for Tim right
That's a
there.
horse. My God.
And there's the box art
oh, man.
for the
He's
ZX Spectrum.
Well, who is that?
just lame.
That's Horace. And he's skiing.
But what's happening on his chest?
This was actually the sequel.
face.
That's his face.
He's just a face and a pair of legs.
Ah.
This was the sequel to a game called Hungry Horace. Horace Goes Skiing was the follow-up.
That's sick.
This is what happens when you don't see
vacation.
the sun. This is the kind of art you make over there.
Are you ready? Are you ready for number 4?
Yes.
Yeah, let's give us number 4.
Number 4. Everyone's a Wally. Everyone's a Wally.
Is that a real British game or is it fake? Andy's having second thoughts over there. We're going to start off with Tim Geddes.
Real.
Tim is saying real. Andy.
Real.
Andy saying real. Mike.
I will say that is fake.
Mike is saying fake.
It's a real game.
Yes.
There are
God
points
damn
for
it.
Andy.
And there is
for
Everyone's a
Tim.
Wally.
Hell,
Look
man.
at the box art we had back then.
God
My
damn.
gosh.
And on the other side of the tape, you actually could play a musical single that was released that was also called Everyone's a Wally.
And you had the subtitle
This is
there.
when we,
or
yeah,
the
a day in
subheader
the
there.
life of Wally. Yeah, there was actually a whole series of these games.
Yeah, let's get. Did you play this one?
I did play Everyone's a Wally, yes.
What is this game?
Yeah, is this your version of like Ernest Goes to Camp?
I mean, you kind of play these different members of this family, and it's like a little platform game, and you go around, and I don't know, it was an 8-bit game. You can find YouTube videos of all of these if you decide you want to investigate them. Honestly, it's not worth it, but okay. So how are we doing after 4 rounds? I don't know. Do you want to check in on the scores?
mean, yeah, Bear. Do you want to give the scores after 4 rounds?
What do we do after 5? 'Cause
Right
there's 10
now,
of them.
the score is.
We're already there.
Okay, all right.
Oh, that didn't turn on for some reason. Let's go here. Right now, in last place, it is Snowbike Mike Howard playing for Team Blue with 20 points. Just a little bit ahead of him, it is 1 Nitro Rifle Andy Cortez with 30 points and running away with it right now. Can he keep it up? It is 1 Tim motherfucking Geddes for Team Orange with 60 points, but it's still anybody's game.
So far, this is confirming my theory that Tim just has it.
Thank you.
Because every now and then people will hit me up and be like, Bless, you're giving too many Nintendo questions to Tim. Bless, you're letting Tim play this up. We're doing British video games. And Tim is somehow finding himself in the lead once again.
20 points is a lot of points
Tim's just
per
got
answer.
that sense.
20 points
that
is a lot of
Spidey
points.
sense for games.
He does.
Ready for number 5?
Oh, yes, I am.
Give it to us.
Rockstar ate my hamster. Rockstar ate my hamster.
Is that a real game or a fake British game? Contestants are writing down.
You know, you're kind of thinking about the theme is like, are these all just going to be real?
There's the meta game going on, Andy. I'm right there with you.
All right, let's start with Mike.
I wrote down fake because I'm hoping that they're not all real.
Andy.
I wrote down fake as well because we got to put a line somewhere.
Tim.
I don't think the line's here yet, guys. I'm going real.
Gary.
That's a real game.
That's a real game. Tim
We're doing
Geddes gets
We're
20
doing this.
more points.
Is that Michael
What?
Jackson?
Yeah, I was going to say, is that Michael Jackson?
Yes, I think it's supposed to be.
Codemasters.
Courtesy of Codemasters, who of course went on to do the Colin McRae rally games and a whole bunch of Codemasters. I think still going strong.
That's where they cut their teeth.
How come hamster has a P sometimes and doesn't other times? Is that a British thing?
Hamsters never had a P.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want to know the story behind that? So that was actually a real news headline. There was a British comedian back in the day called Freddie Starr, and the headline on the front page of the newspaper was "Freddie Starr ate my hamster." And we never got to the bottom of whether or not Freddie Starr
They
actually
just
did
made
eat someone's
games on
hamster.
euphemism?
But then, and then there was a game called Rockstar Ate My
Wow.
Hamster, was kind of based on that. So yeah, they have all been real so far. So the question is, am I pulling some kind of meta trick on you and they're all real? Or are there in fact some fake ones in here?
Well, let's see
I
what's
guess we'll
round
find
number
out.
7.
Are you ready for number 6?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, number 6, yes.
Colin's Wiggly Day Out.
Oh, Jesus, man.
Colin's Wiggly Day Out. I know this one's causing Tim so much consternation.
It's just so much, man. This boy just be wiggling,
I love this
you know?
because I really don't know. Because I'm with you guys. Is he pulling a fast one on us? On you guys? We'll have to see. Starting with Andy Cortez.
Fake. I don't know.
Andy says fake. Tim.
I'm going real, dude.
Tim is going real. Mike.
I hate that I wrote down fake because it's gonna be real. It's like, oh no.
That one is fake.
There you go. There you go. That is 20 points for Stoic Mike with Team Blue and Andy
Damn
with
it.
Team Purple, allowing them to catch up a little bit to Tim motherfucking Geddes. Round number 7.
Are you ready for number 7?
Mm-hmm.
So Tim, if it bleeds, you can kill it.
There you go.
All right, number 7. Chubby Gristle. Chubby Gristle.
I love this. I love this.
I don't know.
Chubby Gristle.
Chubby Gristle.
Andy's thinking real
I
hard.
don't know.
All right, let's start with Tim.
Sticking to the guns. We're going real.
Tim says real. Andy.
I also wrote real.
Andy says real. Mike.
I went real.
You're all
Mike
correct.
says
It's a
real.
real game.
Chubby
And there was a Chubby Gristle too, also.
Oh my God. Is gristle like a slang
It's
for...
for fucking cops. It's bacon.
Oh, yeah.
He was basically an overweight parking a parking guy.
He was Paul
You'd be
Blart back in
your
the
job
day.
was to go around giving people parking tickets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, this is what happens when you don't see the sun. It is cloudy and cold, and they're like, "Oh no, man, make a game where you give out parking tickets." That's
Chubby
crazy.
Gristle.
Remember
Are
that
you
one
ready?
guy who ate a hamster?
All right,
Are you
number
ready
8.
for number 8?
Man, Greg would have loved being on this episode.
I know, right?
I mean, trust me, I can go all day. We can do another one. Okay, number 8. My name is Uncle Groucho. You win a fat cigar.
I love that because I thought
Hear the laughter from
for a second I thought I forgot a line break there. Like,
My name is Uncle Groucho. You win a fat cigar.
there was a comma after Groucho. Just for if that
Oh, shit.
gives more
Okay,
context.
that changes my
My name is Uncle Groucho, comma, you win a fat cigar.
I would have loved to have heard of one of these, you know? Like, Mike had the first one, and I was like,
I've been plumbing the depths for some of these for sure.
All right, let's start off with Snow Mike.
I wrote fake.
Mike is saying fake. Andy
against my best judgment, I wrote real.
says real. Tim,
Real train. Choo choo.
Gary.
It's a real game.
Yes.
That is 20 points for Andy and Tim.
Jesus.
Sometimes you question everything. I question everything.
Who was the friend with it?
I don't
my
like
God.
He's got
this.
Frankenstein at the bottom.
Also, who's this lady at the bottom? What's going on here?
I couldn't
There's
tell
something
you.
sleazy about the pink thing that just reminds
This
me
is one
of
that I
Nick
never played.
Scarpino.
Yeah, that's Pie Man. So Pie Man was actually a pretty popular game mascot in the 80s. This is what I grew up on.
I don't believe you.
Everybody
Probably
loves Pie
explains
Man.
a lot.
But like, was he like? Could anybody use Pie Man? Put them in their properties? Like,
No.
You didn't have to license them?
He was like, fully proprietary. That was a piece of IP.
All right, number
All right,
9.
Number 9. Eric and the Floaters. Eric and the Floaters.
There's a part of me that's like, it's not weird enough.
Is the thing of I go down the rabbit hole of like British slang and like, do they be saying that over there? Like, what is
Yeah.
a floater?
Poop.
Because like I think poop, or I think like like
And
a
are
jump
people
shot.
named Eric over there?
Dead
you know?
body.
Oh, they for sure got Eric's over there. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you got Eric Idle.
Yeah.
Of course, everybody knows Eric Idle.
Clapton?
See, yeah, you know
Bucket.
Eric Clapton.
I forget that I'm often here in a fucking creche of babies, children.
We ready for this?
Let's start off with Andy.
Fake.
Andy says fake. Mike,
Real.
Tim,
Going down with it. Real.
It's a real game.
Yes.
20 points for Mike and for Tim.
Eric and the Floaters.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
so
it's like the Doom cover.
I still don't know what a
Indiana
floater is
Jones.
looking at this.
This looks like a choose your own adventure book.
Look at that artwork.
Man, they really just let anybody
we
draw
had the
back then.
best box art
That's
back in the
crazy.
day.
Also, is Kuma MSX the developer?
Kuma is the publisher, and
British
MSX
people
is
says
the
Coomer.
format. It was on the MSX was a.
I like that they have like their names front and center more than the title of the game on the box art. Good for them.
It's like what I always thought about books back in the day when I was a kid. I was like, man, there's a lot of books named
It
Crichton.
may have been called Kuma
And it was
MSX.
just like the author putting their name really large on it, you know?
All right.
The first Metal Gear game, MSX.
Ah.
Yeah.
Before it was even on NES.
All right, round 10. This is
All
our
right,
final
last
one.
final one. Real or fake? Grumpy Gumphrey, Super Sleuth. Grumpy Gumphrey, Super Sleuth. I always like Tim has like a visceral reaction every time he
you
hears one of
upset
these.
me, Gary, because here's the thing. It's either real and someone else came up with it, or it's fake and you came up with it.
Somebody came up with it. Grumpy Gumphrey, Super Sleuth.
If this is real, I got to play this game. I got to play this. This sounds fun.
It sounds too good.
All right, let's start with Tim.
Just ride it, Tim.
I'm
Just keep
riding it. We're going real.
You know.
Riding the lightning.
Andy.
I wrote fake.
Andy says fake. Mike.
Hopefully this one's fake.
Gary.
It's real.
Yes.
Damn it.
So
It
of all
sounded
so
too good.
of all
you know?
of all 10, only one was fake.
Yeah.
Because
Of
the
course.
real ones were just so good, I couldn't not use them.
They're so.
I love this
Collins
box art.
Collins Wiggly Day Out was the only one I made up.
This one, this
Sorry,
is
because I would have loved to see the box art for that one.
the thing is, this is the only.
I could probably draw it for you in 5 seconds. It'd be as good as any of these.
all 10 of them, this one sounds the most convincing. To
Yeah, he
be
was
like
he
one
was
that you
like a store
faked.
detective. He was like a loss prevention guy.
Wait, then what's
and
the
your job was to
gameplay?
go around and basically catch shoplifters.
There's two
That's
of them in there.
cool.
You see?
That's
Yeah,
cool.
but he's not catching
Oh,
that
yeah.
one. Yeah, he's bad because he's like Mr. Magoo. So he's got like bad eyesight.
Ah.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Barrett. Now that we're at the end of the
I feel
round.
like Tim crushed it that round, right?
I know
did.
Tim
Very
crushed
happy
it.
about this.
Bear, what's the score?
Just a second.
Bear's figuring things out. We put a new thing in the computer.
Right now, at the end of our first game for today, the scores are 1 Snowbike Mike Howard playing for Team Blue in the stead of 1 Greg Miller with 80 points. Did Greg choose the wrong person to take his place this week? We'll have to wait and see. In second place, still just 10 points ahead, is Andy the Nitro Rifle Cortez for Team Purple with 90 points. And still in the lead is he secretly British. It's Tim Geddes for Team Orange with 160 points, but it's still anybody's game.
I own a Commodore
Please pass
64.
these hobnobs down to
You
to
get the
Tim.
hobnobs.
Yeah,
Tim.
Tim
I'll
gets
eat
the
some of these.
hobnobs.
Yes, dude.
Share those with me.
Oh, I'm so excited about this. I'm gonna hobnob right now.
I'm telling you,
on
the camera.
camera.
Have you never had a hobnob, Tim?
I think you've given me one before in like 2015.
Yeah, maybe so.
I don't remember
There's
it.
no way that I've known you this long and never offered you a hobnob.
Yeah.
Wow.
That would be very un-British of me.
Well, Gary, thank you so much for this. I appreciate you joining me
thanks
here.
for having me. I'm glad we found a place for this idea. And like I said, there's no shortage of these. So if we ever want to do another British 80s video
Oh my,
game,
my
real
goodness.
or fake
Listen,
round,
this might have to
I'll
be a
happily
staple.
come up.
Yeah, we might have to do this once every season, and so I'll keep you in mind. Of course, if you want to continue to support. Game
Not a fan,
Showdown.
Mike?
No,
Oh,
it's very good.
Yeah.
This is great.
Can you pass
It's
one of
like
those?
very good.
I'm gonna eat one of these during the break.
Just
enjoy a
hobnobbing.
hobnob on me.
Ooh, of course, patreon.com/kindafunny and youtube.com/kindafunnygames is where you can go to get the Kinda Funny membership, where you can get shows ad-free. And speaking of ads, let us tell you about our sponsors.
This episode's brought to you by Built. If you're a renter, I'd start taking advantage of Built if I were you. Here's the thing. We earn points on groceries, travel, and practically everything else we buy. But we should also be earning points on rent, one of our biggest monthly expenses. Built changed the game by letting renters earn high-value points on rent and around their neighborhood. There's no cost to join Built, and as a member, you'll earn valuable points on rent and your everyday spending. Built points can be transferred to your favorite hotels and airlines, and even the ones you haven't heard of. There are over 500 airlines and 700,000 hotels and properties around the world you can redeem your Built points toward. Points can also be redeemed towards a future rent payment and unique experiences that only Built members can access. So, if you're not earning points on rent, my question is, why not? Start earning points on rent you're already paying by going to joinbuilt.com/kindafunny. That's joinbilt.com/kindafunny. Make sure to use our URL so they know that we sent you there. Joinbuilt.com/kindafunny to start earning points on your rent payments today. This episode's brought to you by BetterHelp. What do you want your 2025 story to be? Every January brings you 365 blank pages waiting to be filled in. In 2025, maybe you're ready for a plot twist, or maybe there's part of your story you've been wanting to revise. Life isn't about resolutions that fade by February. It's about picking up the pen and becoming the author of your own life. Think of therapy as your editorial partner, helping you write new chapters and create the meaningful story you deserve to live. Some of my best friends use BetterHelp, and they love how helpful it can be for learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself. It isn't just for those who've experienced major trauma. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. And it serves over 5 million people worldwide. Write your story with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/kindafunny to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/kindafunny. BetterHelp.com/kindafunny.
Let me tell you guys, the hobnob,
Yeah.
thumbs up.
Very
It's good.
Thumbs up.
Dude.
I think it's the Milano is the name of the cookie in the Pepperidge
okay,
Farm
okay.
Like
vertical
Alyssa?
bags. I think it's those.
I'm gonna shove a lot of hobnobs in my mouth today.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you
Yeah.
are.
Give me more of those.
I want some more too.
Pop it up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some of those after the show, though. Not right now because I
Oh,
gotta host.
come on,
Because of course we're on to our next game. Let's play Critical Hit.
Fuck.
Critical Hit. The rules are simple. This is a game about video game reviews. I'm gonna read to you review blurbs about a game, and it is up to you to buzz in and guess the game based on the review. Each round has 3 different blurbs for the same game. The earlier you guess the game, the more points you'll receive, with a max of 30 points per round. Bless you.
Hobnob.
Hobnob right down the road.
Sounded like you screamed.
The hobnob crumb.
But you only have one guess per blurb. So let me say that again. You can get a max of 30 points per round, but you only have one guess per blurb. The add-on here is that if you get the game right, you have the chance to guess the exact Metacritic score of the game for a critical hit to double your points for the round. Contestants, are you ready?
Yes.
Estamos listo.
I'm going to assume that means I'm very ready.
We're ready.
Let's start off with round one. Remember, we have 3 blurbs per game. The earlier you guess, the more points you receive. Round one, first blurb comes from Game Informer, who gave this game a 6 out of 10 and said, in the 5 hours it took to complete this game, I experienced a whirlwind of excitement and disgust. I loved the sights, sounds, and basic combat and loathed the finishers and gameplay deviations. Andy Cortez.
Scorn.
Scorn is incorrect. If Mike and Tim don't have a buzz, I'm going to move on to blurb. Tim.
Mortal Kombat Mythology, Age of Sub-Zero.
Tim says Mortal Kombat Mythology's Age of Sub-Zero. That is incorrect.
Yeah.
I like that guess, though.
I shall pass.
We're going to move on then to the second blurb. This one comes from GameSpot, who gave this game a 5 out of 10 and says, this game is a repetitive and tedious homage to the gruesome battles showcased in the film 300. This game is a repetitive and tedious homage to the gruesome battles showcased in the film 300. Tim Geddes.
Rise.
Tim Geddes says Rise. Rise, Son of Rome, is the correct answer.
Hell
that is
yeah.
20 points this round for Tim. Tim, you can double that if you can tell me the exact Metacritic of Rise, Son of Rome.
I'm shocked it's like we're talking 5s. Like I didn't realize it was down bad like that. I'm gonna go 55.
Tim says 55. The Xbox One Metacritic of Rise, Son of Rome is 60.
Damn.
60. Not too far off, but not close enough. Let's move on to round number 2. The first blurb is from Official Xbox Magazine, who gave this game an 8 out of 10 and says, it's a savage game. The only thing more violent than the damage inflicted on the main character is the rapid and nonchalant dismemberment. Who's that? Mike.
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider is incorrect. Is the rapid and nonchalant dismemberment of everyone he comes into contact with. Again, to repeat that, it's a savage game. The only thing more violent than the damage inflicted on the main character, Tim.
Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Metal Gear Rising Revengeance is incorrect. The only thing more violent than the damage inflicted on the main character is the rapid and nonchalant dismemberment of everyone he comes into contact with. Andy, you're the only one left with a possible buzz in here.
Pass.
Andy's going to pass.
I'll pass.
Our next blurb. GameSpot gave this game a 7 out of 10 and says, it may be derivative, a cakewalk, and at times buggy, but the sheer visceral impact of the over-the-top violence in this game is enough to make it a fun action game, as well as one of the better movie tie-ins released recently. Contestants are thinking real hard.
Yeah,
I can see like the steam radiating
I just don't
off
know
your
how
heads.
recently, you know.
If nobody has a guess, I'll move on to the third and final blurb for this game. Andy.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
X-Men Origins Wolverine is the correct
Good job.
answer.
Yeah.
Now, Andy, that'll give you 20 points, but you can double that if you can tell me the exact Xbox 360 Metacritic of this game.
72.
Andy says 72. The Metacritic for X-Men Origins Wolverine on Xbox 360 is 75. 75. Only 3 points off there. Let's move on to round number 3.
You're pretty good.
The first blurb is from US Gamer, who gave this game a 9 out of 10 and says, while the game's roots as a DLC are still showing, this studio has put together an amazing game from a wide variety of sources. If you're on the same mental wavelength, this game is a class act. While this game's roots as a DLC are still showing, this studio has put together an amazing game from a wide variety of sources. If you're on the same mental wavelength, this game is a class act.
What could that possibly be?
If nobody has a guess, we'll move on
We can move
to
on.
the second blurb from Games Radar, who gave this game an 8 out of 10 and says, unsurprisingly goofy, but it also just happens to be one of the greatest superhero games ever made. Unsurprisingly goofy, but it also just happens to be one of the greatest superhero games ever made.
Oh my god. Hit it with it, Mike. Go for it.
I mean, I'll just start throwing things out.
Mike.
Batman Arkham Origins?
Mike says Batman Arkham Origins. That is incorrect. If Andy or Tim don't have a guess, I'll move on to the third and final blurb for this game, which comes from IGN, who gave this game a 7.3 out of 10 and says, with its recycled map and wildly overpowered abilities, playing this game feels a lot like enabling godlike cheat codes in the previous game and going nuts. Its ridiculous story, goofy characters, self-aware humor. Andy.
Crackdown.
Crackdown is incorrect.
Oh,
Mike.
shit. Saints Row, Get Out of Hell.
Saints Row Get Out of Hell is incorrect.
Fuck you.
Oh,
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous story, goofy characters, self-aware humor, and amazing character editor makes it all work. Tim, you're the only one left who can guess for this one.
Oh man, South Park Fractured Butthole.
South Park, the fractured butthole is incorrect, meaning none of you guys get the points for this one. Mike.
I know,
What'd you
but
lie?
don't even start. Don't start
Mike,
with me.
Saints Row 4 is the answer.
know.
Get Out of Hell? How did you get there?
Because of the DLC part, you know.
Because Saints Row 4 started off as a DLC, they then spun it into
it
a
was a
full
superhero, I know.
superhero game.
Now here's the thing, Mike. Imagine if we saw the questions on the screen? You know
If
what I
I
mean?
just-
Like,
That's a lot of words on a screen, though.
He's
You
cooking. He's
know.
thinking about
Don't
how
put that many
to-
words on a screen. My
know.
eyes are gonna start glazing over. You know.
Yeah, I just need to see the words, you know.
Andy will help.
Yeah.
He'll help you.
Andy will make all the
I'll help you,
blurbs
I'll
to
help
be
you.
on the
I
game
got
show
you.
then. Saints Row 4, in case you were wondering, the PC Metacritic of that would have been an 86. Let's move on to the fourth round for Critical Hit. This first blurb comes from IGN, who gave this game an 8.5 out of 10 and says, visual variety, tons of distinct side quests, and a dense world with plenty of options always gave me something I wanted to do. And its satisfying economy had me obsessing over completing every side quest. Mike.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3 is incorrect. Andy.
World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft is incorrect.
We can move on.
We're going to move on to the second blurb from Edge Magazine, who gave this game a 9 out of 10 and says the previous game asked for the definition of insanity, and this sequel answers it. Andy.
Far Cry 4.
Far Cry 4 is the correct
Good job.
answer.
Good job.
That is 20 points for Andy with the chance to double it. Andy, can you tell me what the Metacritic is for Far Cry 4? The PS4 Metacritic.
PS4 Metacritic for Far Cry 4.
And for context, I'm always playing the most popular Metacritic, the console that got the most reviews.
83.
Andy says 83. The exact Metacritic of Far Cry 4 is 85. 2 points off there, but you still get the
nice
20
job.
points for the round, which is going to be good because we're out of the main portion of Critical Hit and into the bonus round, Metascore Mayhem. I'm going to put 5 different games on the screen. I provided you each with whiteboards. I want you to organize these games from top to bottom based on what you think the Metascore is. For every correct spot, you'll get a whopping 20 points. Dang. The twist, if any of you get all 5 games correct, the game ends and we dish out scores as is. However, if no one gets all 5 correct, I'll tell you each how many games you have in the right positions and give you each one chance to change your answers. I won't tell you which games you have in the right spots, just how many. You have 60 seconds to jot down your answers. Contestants, are you ready?
Yes.
Ready.
Barrett, if you can put the games on screen. The games are Until Dawn 2015, Star Wars Battlefront 2015, The Binding of Isaac, Deadpool, and This War of Mine. You have 60 seconds on the clock. You guys need to put these games in the correct order from highest to lowest Metacritic. Once again, the games are Until Dawn 2015, Star Wars Battlefront 2015, The Binding of Isaac, Deadpool, and This War of Mine. You guys have about 30 seconds remaining to jot down your answers. It looks like Tim is all done. Tim has a confidence I've never seen before. This is crazy.
I forget how much I like this music.
I was gonna say the same thing. I
It's
really
so
like this
pleasant.
music.
Yeah.
Do we know where this music came from? Did somebody make this, or is this from like a sound library?
Sound library.
I might have to add this to my playlist.
5 seconds left.
5 seconds left to finish jotting your
I'm done.
answers.
I'm done.
All right. Everybody's done jotting their answers. Again, I am asking you to name these games in order of their Metacritic score. Tim, I'm going to have you go first.
Starting off with This War of Mine, and then Binding of Isaac, and then Until Dawn, then Star Wars Battlefront, and then a little DP to end the day.
Andy, what you got for me?
Binding of Isaac, Until Dawn, Deadpool, This War of Mine, Battlefield, or Battlefront.
Mike.
Binding of Isaac, Until Dawn, This War of Mine, Star Wars, Deadpool.
Nobody got all 5 games correct. Tim, you got 3 games in the correct spots. Andy, you have 1 game in the correct spot. Mike, you have 3 games in the correct spot. We're going to put 60 seconds back on the clock. Barrett, you can put the games back on the screen. You can rearrange your games however you want. Get how many points, or get as many points as possible if you want here. Tim is playing the game right now. I love to see this level of gameplay from Tim. Tim immediately put his board down because he realized he did the math. Right now, it is a battle for second place, unfortunately for Andy and Mike.
I am done.
Mike is done. I appreciate Andy is still like, fuck it, I'm going for second place. I'm going to get these answers.
I mean, if he gets all 5, he wins.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
All right, then. Never mind. This is still a battle.
No, maybe not.
No, actually, I don't think that's true.
No.
For context, for audio listeners, right? Tim has 180 points. Andy has 130. Then Mike has 80. And so Tim is 50 points ahead of Andy right now. And Tim has 3 guaranteed right answers.
You just want to see it? You can see it. I don't care. I have nothing to lose.
Okay.
Yeah, like even if Andy
Okay.
gets all 5 correct, I believe that'll put him 10 points
Oh.
behind Tim still.
Oh, shit.
All right, time is up. Tim,
Mhm.
you didn't change a thing,
I didn't
correct?
change a thing.
So Tim has 3 answers in the correct spaces, which means he does get 60 points for the round. Andy, what you got for me?
I have Binding of Isaac, Battlefront, Until Dawn, Deadpool, This War of Mine.
Mike, what you got for me?
Tim, let me see his board. So I think that helped me, actually. Binding of Isaac, This War of Mine, Until Dawn, Star Wars, Deadpool.
So, like I mentioned earlier, Tim got 60 points for his. Andy, you have 2 games in the correct spot. And before I reveal Mike's, Barrett, can you reveal the actual answers? At the top, you have The Binding of Isaac with an 84 Metacritic, followed by This War of Mine with an 83 Metacritic, Following that, you have Until Dawn with a 79 Metacritic. Under that, Star Wars Battlefront with a 73 Metacritic. Under that, Deadpool with a 62 Metacritic, meaning Mike did indeed get all 5
hell yeah.
correct
Hell
in
yeah.
the right places. That's 100 points. Oh, no. Yes, 100 points
Come on.
for Mike there.
You look great today. You look great today.
Barrett, what's the final score?
The final score, god damn it. There we go. In last place, he was keeping up. He was, he was 10 points ahead in second place for most of the game, but he choked at the very last minute. It was Andy, the Nitro Rifle Cortez for Team Purple with 170 points, and who came back. Honestly, probably the biggest win of the week, even though he was only in second place for Greg Miller. It was Mike Howard for Team Blue with 180 points. He did get a star, but he has won all of our hearts.
Second.
What are you celebrating?
Second. I beat you. You were talking all that trash. I beat you. Yeah. You left the doors open. Beat him. Beat him.
What trash?
And the winner
It's so hard
once
to like
again
you. It's so hard to
this
be your
week,
friend.
it is the man, not the chair. It is Tim Geddes for
let's
Team
fucking
Orange
go.
with
Let's fucking
240 points.
I hope you choke on those hobnobs, dude. Talking all that shit.
Barrett, if you can bring up the
Just
star
making up
standings.
things. He lives in his own world.
Of course,
Nobody witnesses.
Coming into this episode, Team Blue, Greg Miller's Team Blue, which always makes this confusing, came into this episode with 1 star. Tim's Team Orange came in with 1 star. Team Purple had 0 stars so far. Tim's Team Orange just earned themselves a 2nd star, giving them the lead so
thank God. I
far
thought it was
for
3 to
the
0 to 0.
season. Of course, those 2 stars come with an asterisk, brought to you by Greg Miller. Of course, Greg Miller wants the asterisk on there to display the fact that one of those stars are going to be his, according to him.
Could be, yeah.
Could be his.
Write it down.
My favorite thing about this is he doesn't just get to steal it. He needs to then beat me.
He needs
which
to beat you
Has
in
proven
one-on-one
not that
trivia.
great at. So we'll see how this goes.
Big words from Tim Geddes. But from his performance today, he might be able to back those up, so you shall see sometime during the season if Greg can catch that in. Of course, this has been another episode of Game Showdown, your nerdy trivia show. We'll be back next week with another episode. Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.